reminds me of like Mario Kart.
Yeah, it does. Gotta get that boost. Alright, here we go. Being an artist incorporates a wide variety of different job opportunities and job options. So, today we really want to focus on why it's important to consider being an artist for your future endeavors. So, to really explain what we're going to focus on during this presentation, we're going to focus on what being an artist really looks like, as well as specific jobs that can be associated with an artist, as well as we're going to focus on why you should even consider being an artist and how it can be beneficial to you and even others. And lastly, we also want to really focus in on why it's important to God that you should consider and why He values being an artist. So to do this, I have several gentlemen with me that have really researched and found credible sources to give to you in their research. So firstly, we have Andrew Lazina, who he is heading out the informative portion to really tell you what artistry is about and what the specific topics are about. Next, we have Jonathon, Walkine, who he is focusing on the persuasive side to really explain to you why it's beneficial to just consider being an artist. And then lastly, we have Levin, who is doing the biblical perspective, and he'll be telling you exactly why it's important to God. So to start us off, we have Andrew to begin the informative portion.
Thanks, Skyler. As Skyler said, my name's Andrew, and I'm going to be discussing 3 different careers in the field of art. First one's going to be an illustrator, and the second one's going to be a fashion designer, and the third is going to be an art instructor. And I'm really going to explain what exactly they do, what experience you need to go into that field, and how much they make, and some other details. I'm a credible speaker on this topic because I've done extensive research with credible sources, and all the information, statistics that I'm going to be bringing to you come from schoolsintheusa.com. So first, I'm going to be focusing on illustrators. Illustrators really are there to create images for textbooks, storybooks, cartoons, and advertisements, posters, or anything like that you would see. So they do this through sketches, photographs, computer design, basically any type of art. There's specific illustrators that do different things, whatever they're best at. Illustrators often have to conduct a lot of research. So for example, if an illustrator was illustrating a children's book, they would have to research kids and how they react to certain images and what they like and stuff like that. So you have to research your audience to see what's going to work best for what you want to do. Illustrators often make between $16,900 and $73,500 yearly. So some character traits of an illustrator: they have to be highly creative, they have to have good people skills if they're going to be dealing with customers that want things designed for them in their company's advertisements, and also, like I mentioned, researchability. So and they also usually have a basic art degree with some business experience because they're going to be dealing with some business aspects of that. The next topic is going to be a fashion designer. So fashion designers are responsible for creating unique designs for clothing and accessories. And a big thing with fashion designers is that they have to have an eye for fashion trends and also really fine attention to detail. Their educational background is usually in fashion design, but most times an employer for a fashion designer will mostly key in on making sure that they have a good sense of fashion. So I guess in whatever way they would do that, that's the most important thing. And they usually make between $35,000 and $75,000 a year. And there's also a very large growing demand for fashion designers as new accessories and clothing and trends are constantly coming out. So that is a very growing field. And the final topic that I'm going to be talking about is an art instructor. So art instructors range between elementary school level to college level. So you could go in between there at any range. And mostly they're going to be there to encourage and to help kids express themselves at the elementary level, because you're not going to be able to create an artist at 6 years old, but it's mostly just to get them to love the idea of art and to be able to help them express themselves. And then also all the way up through the college level, you could be perfecting an aspiring artist's technique so he could actually perfect it. You could also be a private instructor and just work out of your house or community centers, anything like that. You don't need to be experts at all techniques in art, but you just need to have a broad understanding of everything, so you can teach any type of art. Also, most times you'll have an art degree of some sort and a teaching degree. If you're going to be working in school, you need a teaching degree. And some characteristics: you need to be passionate about art, creative, but most importantly, patient. If you're working with students that aren't necessarily achieving what you expect them to, you need to be able to deal with that. And they make between $55,000 and $65,000 a year. And that is it. These are the 3 popular jobs in the art field that a lot of people should look into going to. Illustrators mostly just design for books and posters and advertisements. Fashion designers create any type of clothing or accessories. And instructors can teach from the elementary range all the way up to college range. So now here's Jonathan, and he's going to tell you what is beneficial about looking into a career in the art field.
Okay, so today I'm going to be talking to you guys about the persuasive side of artists. Why it's important for people to cooperate in the field of art. Well, basically an artist is anyone who can create anything out of something, into something, basically. Artists are the type of people that will bring ease to society, make life easier. There are many infrastructures and technology that have made people very happy and help to make make their lives much easier, such as iPhones, computers, video consoles, and there are many businesses as the Statue of Liberty, colleges, schools, many other universities. And I'm going to talk to you guys about the 3 benefits in which art can bring to society. There's mental, health, and social. The first one I'm going to talk about is the mental. The mental benefit of art is basically to relieve stress. Art is a way to get out of reality or any worries or problems you have in society and just be by yourself and create anything out of nothing. Basically, art is a way to help others become relieve the stress of anything, such as work or school or family problems or anything like that, and as a distraction to help you relax of the many thoughts that it consistently creates. A source from Alvin Dean, a scientist, has stated that the brain has 60,000 thoughts per day. That is a lot of thoughts. Consciously, we think that we don't think that much of a thought. We think of 20 thoughts a day. But unconsciously, even in our dreams, we think of 60,000 thoughts. And that is a good example of why we should give our brain a rest and focus on ourselves and to help ourselves to relax and to feel better when we're doing things. The second benefit is a health benefit. One health benefit is that it improves quality of life. Art is what makes people happy. Art is what helps people to be more social with other people. In other words, help to be more expression of our emotions and stuff like that. There's also been 2 studies from PaceMagazine.com that states that people with dementia and Alzheimer's have improved in both communication and social skills immensely. And also another study has shown that children who are dealing with cancer are most likely to, who are exposed to art therapy, are more exposed to being more collaborative behavior and have a very, very high positive attitude. That shows in general that art itself can create a big difference in our lives, even when we feel like we're not capable of doing anything else. It's shown that we are still creators and we can create things and give us a uniqueness of ourselves. And lastly, how we are able to talk about the social benefits. Social, in other words, help to communicate with other people. We see many paintings in museums where artists have created these masterpieces which have shown emotion or any other sort of communication to us. They may not be able to show it through face-to-face, but through art, they may show it more properly and help us to understand what he's trying to say, not to say it to us verbally, but to say it through us visually. And so in conclusion, I would say that art has shown and proven to be a very, very therapeutic tool to society. It's helped people to get happy. Happy means healthy people. Healthy people means we can all get together and relate to each other. And so that is the end of my presentation. I'll bring my friend Tyler to talk to you about the redemptive view of why being an artist.
Thanks, Jonathan. So God values artists or art in two different ways. One is through creativity, because God Himself is a creator. The second way is because it's a spiritual gift being an artist and having that creative qualities. So the first reason is God gives us all gifts. Some people get the gift in medical field. Some people get the gift in math. Not me. But some people do get that spiritual gift in those fields. Others get the spiritual gift of being an artist. It's definitely a different gift. So the first verse that talks about this is 1 Peter 4:10. It says, "Each of you should use whatever gift you have received to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace in its various forms." This is basically just talking about how we as artists use our gift that God has given us to serve Him. God gives us the gifts all for the glory of God. We should do everything we do for His glory. And we should not use this to lead others astray or for worldly pleasure. We have such an influence being an artist, and we should use that influence to impact the kingdom of God. Another reason why God values art is because He Himself is the ultimate creator. In Genesis 1:1, it literally says, "God, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth." God created, that's the key word there. God, being the ultimate creator, He values creativity because He's the one who made everything we see around us, the mountains, the trees, people. So God values creativity because He Himself is a creator. So those are the two reasons as to why God really values art, and why it's okay for us to be artists, and why God likes it. So lastly, I'm going to bring up Skyler and the other guys here.
Well, firstly, I want to thank you for being a part of our presentation and just being able to listen and commit such a wondrous time with these guys. But I really want to recap what we talked about so you can leave with a good understanding of really why we even were doing this presentation. So first, I want to clarify that there are many options within the art field, such as Andrew pointed out, as fashion designer, illustrator, as well as an art instructor. As well as there's plenty of benefits, especially in young children, to being able to participate in things such as art creativity and so on and so forth. And then lastly, I want to point out, just like Tyler did, how God really values and sees the importance of being creative through art, and what avenues that can really do to bring glory to His kingdom. So I just want to thank you for being a part of our presentation and for just being able to go through this process with us. And before we go, I would like to leave you with one last quote by the legend himself. Hopefully you know him, Bob Ross. He says, "Maybe in our world there lives a happy little tree over there," showing the creativity of the legend himself. Sorry, I just stepped out of frame for a second. But thank you for your time, and have a good day.
Let's do some jump.
Thank you, Lynchburg. Did it get it?
Looks like it wasn't.